Hello, everyone. Welcome to the May 2023 Equal Opportunity Review Commission meeting. My name is Chuck Durham. I'm the business manager here in the mayor's office. Before we get started, I would like to introduce our new commissioner. Commissioner Barnett's joining us today for the first time. She's on the line. We're going to talk to her a little bit after the meeting. Okay? All right. I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Hall, get the approval of April minutes.
Thanks, Chuck. Welcome everyone to the ERC monthly meeting. Before we get started, I'd like to get a motion to approve the April 2023 minutes.
Make a motion that the April 22 minutes would be approved.
Can we get a second, please?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor, commissioners, raise your hand or by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right, well, April meetings approved. Monthly minutes are approved. Thank you. So we're going to get started. So welcome to all the primes and subs on the call. We really just want to hear about your good faith effort in regards to the contracts that we're going to see today. And should any commissioners have questions, we will open the opportunity for commissioners to do so. So with that said, if we can get the first contract up, Chuck, the professional project management service. Who do we have on the call for this, Chuck?
Denny's on the call with their prime. This is the professional projects management services. The total cost on this is a little over 2.2 million. We have 20%, little over 20% MBE and 14% WBE, and we also have a veteran on here for 1%. This looks pretty good, Commissioner.
Okay, so
thank
you. I will open it up for commissioners on the call for any questions or thoughts or comments on this contract.
I have one comment. I was just wondering whether is Denny on the call, the contact person?
Yes, he is.
Denny, I was just wondering whether or not you look for any Black contractors. I have a couple of Black engineering firms that I know. So I was just wondering whether or not you reached out to any of those contractors.
Well, not me specifically. I'm the project engineer with the city. We just put it out to bid, and whoever responds will be the one to reach out to the contractors to be subs.
Okay.
So that's a no. You were not able to reach out yourself. Was there anyone that was able to do so, Denny?
I'm not legally allowed to reach out to contractors pertaining to city contracts.
Okay.
Can you tell us this, Denny? Were there any Black or women firms that bid as a prime?
That bid as a prime? I do not believe so.
Right, I don't think so either. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Comments, questions, commissioners?
Yeah, I'm curious if there was any effort put into the LGBTQIA goals.
Denny, are you able to speak on that? Or Chuck, is there anyone else on the call regarding this contract?
Joe.
The prime is here. Joe, he could speak on that.
Yeah, thank you, Denny. Thank you, Denny. Thank you for the question. We have reached out to many of our partners, and as you can see there, we have the ones that were actively in our application noted. Many of these contracts, actually all 4 of them noted there, we've been in discussions for numerous years through various phases of this project development. And unfortunately, none of them were able to satisfy any of the LGBTQ needs. I'm sorry.
So Joe, to Commissioner Balthrup's question in regards to the Black engineers, can you make any statements on or give any comments on the question that Commissioner asked?
Yeah, thank you for issuing me that question. So Weatherspoon & Williams has an engineer underneath of them. It's an electrical engineer of record. They are not a minority engineer underneath of them. Unfortunately, it's a very unique skill set for street lighting, and we wanted to bring forth, the most, focused on street lighting as we could for this project. Markowski Engineering, that is underneath of us, is women-owned, just unfortunately not minority qualified. So Actual Size is women, and Red Swing's the veteran. Unfortunately, there were no minority that fit the needs that we had on this exact skill set for street lighting that we wanted.
Commissioner Bothrop, does that help you at all in regards to what you were asking?
Well, I was just a little concerned because I knew Witherspoon and Williams was not a minority company, and it was listed as an MBE, and they got credit for being an MBE.
They are an MBE. They're listed as an MBE on the PAUCP, Commissioner.
Okay. Okay, well, well, I guess that's not, is it a black contractor, Chuck? Wait, Witherspoon, is that a black contractor? Or he said they only had...
It's a minority contractor, yes.
Okay, because, I'm just wondering what category, because we have a WBE by Mikowski, and I'm familiar with that. That's
yes. Witherspoon is an MBE commissioner, and we've used them. They've been on several, both ours and housing authorities contracts in the past.
Okay.
Any other questions, commissioners? Or Mr. Statler, did you want to add anything?
I was just going to add that, Weatherspoon and Williams has worked on many of our street lighting projects in the past. They're minority and women-owned both, but in this case, we only have taken minority for their certification for this project. We think they're a great fit for our needs with this project.
Mr. Statler, did you get any WBE women Black-owned businesses to submit any bids for this?
Well, once again, Weatherspoon and Williams is also women in a minority-owned business, but it was my understanding the spirit of the rules for the EORC is to only claim them as one versus the other. And because we had adequate women participation with Markowski and Actual Size, we thought Weatherspoon was a better fit for taking their minority participation.
Okay, thank you for that. Commissioners, any other questions, comments before I pose Sarah? Okay. All right, so with that said, commissioners, can I get a motion to approve?
I move to approve.
Can I get a second, please? Can we get a second?
Second.
Can we get a show of hands or an aye for those, if you approve? All in favor, say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Chuck, did you get the count?
Yes, we do. The plan passes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Statler. Thank you, Mr. Robinson.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you,
Great
Chuck.
working with you, Joe. Great working with you, Joe. Thank you.
I do as well. I'm excited. Thank you very much to the panel.
You're welcome. Chuck, can we go to the next?
Yep. The second one is a housing authority project. It's the emergency response and cleanup. Director on the phone for this one. This one's 100%, guys. The prime is a WBE, and they have MBEs at 10% each on the contract.
And I see Mr. Dietrich on the call, so thank you.
Good morning, all. Thank you.
You're welcome. Commissioners, any questions, comments on this plan?
I took a good look at the plan. I think it's probably the best on the agenda for today.
Okay, hearing no other comments or questions, commissioners, can we get a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve the emergency response and cleanup project.
Can we, thank you. Can we get a second, please?
Second.
Raise your hand or say aye for all those in favor.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Chuck, good?
Yes, we're good.
Okay, we're good. Thank you. Motion approves. Plan approves. Thank you.
You.
Number 3, the lead works movers. Who do we have on the call for this, please? Oh, it's still Mr. Dietrich. Okay.
Yes, again, this is,
Yep.
I also have the project manager, Steve Graziano, and I believe the contractor is on here as well.
Okay,
I don't think this is the,
next is, we're gonna.
Chuck, is this to move this one to the last one? Is that what we're doing with
Oh,
this?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I guess I did this wrong.
Where are we?
Chuck, are you there or frozen?
It's authority plan. You change now before.
Okay, so we can't hear Chuck, so we're going with what we have in front of us.
All
We're
right.
just gonna go with this. Commissioners, opening this up for questions.
This moving, can you,
Is this, which
Chuck, we
one?
can't hear you.
Dr. Hall, which is this? This is 230503?
04, we were gonna do 03, but we still don't have that in order, so
Okay.
we're gonna stay here.
Wait a minute, guys. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes,
We're having difficulty. We're gonna move to number 4, 230504, which is the lead movers, okay? There are 2 primes on this. Metro Moving and Storage, which is seeking their PAUCP as a minority firm. We started them on the process. The other one is Don Favre Moving and Storage. This is an as-needed contract for moving Housing Authority residents from one project to another. It'll be 50%. Metro Moving and Storage will have their PAUCP. So this is going to be a 50% project.
okay, so can we hear from Mr. Graziani regarding your good faith effort?
I'm sorry, this is not Steve's project. This is.
It's not Steve's.
No.
Right, I will handle this one. Sorry about that.
Okay, Steve, don't go anywhere, Steve.
He's on the next one.
Yes.
Okay,
Again, thank you guys. I appreciate the opportunity. So what we're doing is in the housing authority, and Chuck, I'm going to have to correct you. You called them projects. We no longer refer to them as projects.
Okay, sorry.
In our communities, what we do is we are having a lead-based paint, and there's some lead-based issues that are being recommended to be finished and done. So in that process, we have to move the tenants out of their units and put some of their stuff in storage and then move it back in that day. So as you know, we're trying to go with 2 vendors. One is Don Favre Moving. Again, no participation on that. And we do have Metro Moving, who we've utilized, and we've utilized Don Favre in the past as well. Metro Moving, again, is going for their MBE certification. Don Favre, the reason we're accepting them under the condition that we are not saying that each one of them is going to get a certain dollar amount for this contract. And then we would have to do a subcontract with a minority vendor that, we couldn't have Don Favre use Metro Moving and then pay Metro Moving twice. So we did put this out into, the Post Gazette, the Courier, the Business Times. We had, pre-bid meetings. We also send it to the African American Chamber, the city of Pittsburgh. So, we do a lot of outreach for that. So that is why we were asking for that with Don Favre not having any of the participation, but we're utilizing the Metro Mover as our, the 50% of the contract, and they may even get more of that.
and Metro is certified?
They're in the process now. We've handed them over to Chuck. We've asked them to make sure that they do get certified. We have used them in the past, and we've always tried to make sure they get certified. But as you know, some people don't like to try and fill out all the information. So we've set them up with Chuck. Chuck has gotten them involved with, I believe,
Sue Broadus, yes.
Sue Broadus. So they are in the process of doing that, and we will track that as well, making sure, because as you know, we track our numbers on the MBE, WBE participation and our goals. So we want to make sure that we will be able to include those numbers in our tracking.
Yes, we started the Dr. Hall, yes, with the PRT, and they're going to have their PAUCP certification.
Okay, so they are moving forward they've moved forward in the
Yes,
process already.
yes.
Okay, thank you. Commissioners, any other questions?
50-50 is good enough for me.
Okay, hearing none, no other questions or comments. Can we get a motion to approve?
I make a motion that we approve the lead-based work movers.
Can we get a second, please?
Are
Can
we
we get a
folks?
second to approve? Chuck, am I allowed to second it?
Yes,
I'll second this motion. Can you show or by raise of hand or aye? Motion to approve, say aye or raise your hand, please.
Aye.
Chuck,
Aye.
where are we, Chuck?
we're not there yet.
Okay, so,
We have Commissioner Cushman, Commissioner McCants. How are you voting on this?
raise your hand again, please, if you approve.
Okay. Okay, we have enough, Commissioner.
Motion passes?
Motion passes.
Motion passes. Thank you. Thank you, commissioners.
Thank you, Director Dietrich, on correcting me on that community. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Okay, here's the one we need to discuss, guys.
Mm.
This is number 230503, roof replacement at Presley Street High Rise. Dr. Hall?
Okay, so I'm gonna open it up to commissioners. And
This,
who do we have on, excuse me one second, who do we have on the call for this, Chuck?
This is Kim, this is Housing Authority again.
Okay,
This is
Housing
Kim.
Authority.
This
There
is
it
the
is.
Housing Authority again.
Okay.
And again, this is with, I brought on the project manager, Steve Graziani, I'm sorry. And I believe the contractor is on here as well. I will certainly try and answer some of the questions, but I think that Steve and the contractor would best be the individuals to get the contract.
Okay, so we'll open it up to Steve first, commissioners. Thank you,
Okay.
Steve.
Sounds good. Thank you. Appreciate it. So this project here, the Presley Street high rise, the roof is currently leaking. It's been leaking for a couple years now. So we're trying to get this done as soon as possible. I was looking on the City of Pittsburgh website, their procurement website, and I saw that this contract was on there for roof replacements. So I did a little more digging. It's through the Omnia purchasing agreement. So this is a piggyback. We had Garland give us a proposal. They reached out to 4 different contractors, roofing contractors, to provide pricing, one of which was a MBE, I believe. However, they weren't the lowest bidder. So Sam from Garland, we also implemented Low Country Building Solutions. I know it's a low percentage, but that's where we're at right now. Since Garland provides a lot of the materials themselves, they're manufacturer of roof materials. So at this point, I'll let Sam kind of explain what he did to get as much of the MBEWB as possible on this one.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everybody. Sam Roberts here with the Garland Company. So as Stephen mentioned, this is at Presley Street Towers. Quite a difficult project. This roof is 16 stories high. It's comprised of 2 layers of roofing, and there's extremely limited access. I'm sure many of you are familiar with this building. It sits right along 279 there. And there's, as I said, extremely limited access to reach this roof system. So ensuring the safety of the inhabitants within the building, as well as the workers, it did take a very unique type of contractor to be able to complete this project in a timely manner for the inhabitants of the building. So we reached out to 4 local roofing contractors. They were all union roofing contractors in the area. One of them was a WBE contractor, that's Phoenix Roofing, and had them bid the replacement of this project. So there were no MBEs that we were aware of that had the unique skill set or capabilities for this particular project on the roofing side. If any of the commissioners know of additional roofing contractors who are MBEs who can handle large commercial roofing projects like this, I would certainly appreciate recommendations. But we reached out to the local contractors. We had them purchase all non-Garland materials. So all materials that weren't being purchased directly from the manufacturer by the housing authority were to be purchased through an MBE supplier. I see Low Country is put under WBE. That should have been MBE. They qualify for both. But we did require that. So that's what they did. They purchased $81,000 of materials that weren't purchased directly by the housing authority from Low Country Building Solutions. We had Phoenix Roofing bid the project. Unfortunately, they were 11% high on their bid compared to the low bidder, who was Miller Thomas Geikis out of McKees Rocks. Miller Thomas Geikis is a part of the local carpenters union, who obviously does recruit women, minorities, all folks into the trades. They were the low bidder on the project. So I would be happy to take questions at this time.
Commissioners?
Yes, I have a couple of questions. I think I'm really concerned about this contract because of the low percentage, not in all categories. And I really think that I would like to work with Chuck and this gentleman to really see if we can up the participation in terms of minority participation. I mean, the Garland companies out of Cleveland, it just doesn't seem like it's any real support from contractors that are local. So I just really think this contract needs some work done in terms of the low percentage and the lack of participation for MWBEs.
Thank you. Commissioner McCants?
I agree, Commissioner, but I'd also like to see, was there opportunity for you to break down and include opportunities for minority or women-owned businesses, such as hauling? You know, those roofing materials that are going to have to come off of the building. How are you going to haul that away? Is there a company that could do that? Someone that could bring on those roll-off? I can think of a company right now, a minority-owned company. That has the roll-offs. You know, I'm just thinking about other opportunities to break it down. After the roofing is done, there needs to be cleanup of the area. So, you know, those are other opportunities to be able to break this contract down, to maybe to spread the wealth out a little bit.
Local as well, correct, Commissioner McCants?
Correct. This is a local hauling company that we use quite frequently. Boyd just comes to mind.
Thank you for the recommendation there. And that is definitely something we can include. We did not have it at the time when we were putting our numbers together, but we'd be more than happy to include Boyd. Now, we actually ran those numbers already with our subcontractor, Miller Thomas Geikis, and that would be a fairly small percentage of the overall project, but we'd be more than happy to include Boyd in the project.
Thank you for that. Commissioners, opening up for a few more minutes. If anybody has any more. Commissioners Cushman?
Yeah, so I'm curious, of the 1.4 million, what percentage of that is materials?
So percentage of that 1.4, I do a quick calculation for you.
Just an estimate's fine.
I'm sorry. About 30%.
Okay. And this one WBE that you're using is, maybe you said this and I missed it. Is some of that providing materials, or the materials are separate and not including any participation?
So and I think if I understand your question correctly, so a majority of those materials were purchased directly by the housing authority from the manufacturer, the Garland company. And I'm going to get off topic here real quick, but this to address one of the earlier concerns. The Garland company is headquartered in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm based right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we worked with all local Pittsburgh contractors for the project, just to address that point. But yes, a majority of the materials were purchased directly by the housing authority. All other materials were purchased from Low Country Building Solutions, which is an MBE WBE company.
Okay.
Thank you.
Dr. Hall, I would really, really suggest tabling this project because of the, as I said, the low percentage of minority participation. And I would really like to work with this gentleman and work with Chuck, because even though he said the specificity was complex as relates to the project, I think that there are other contractors that I would like to recommend to this gentleman once I get more details in terms of this, try to help him with some minority contractors.
Point well taken, Commissioner. Thank you for that. Commissioner Siegel?
Hi, I'll just add my concerns about this contract. It's a big one, 1.4 million, and to think that it can't be broken down to, as Tracy said, Commissioner McCants-Lewis said, that we can't break it down to be able to engage minority and women businesses, just doesn't really make sense to me. So I will support, tabling this one so that there can be an increased participation and a little more thinking about how to do that.
Okay, thank you. So hearing that, if there are no other comments, we're going to go through the standard and then we're going to get to that point as well. So commissioners, can we get a motion to approve? Motion to approve. Okay, so can we get a motion to table this plan? This plan is not passing, as you can see. So I would suggest as well with my fellow commissioners that we table this for next month and ask, you've heard Commissioner McCants-Lewis and also Commissioner Balthrop, that they're willing to provide some suggestions and recommendations for this plan. With that said, so we're not saying go back on your own. You actually have some commissioners ready to reach out to you. So we're going to table this for next month. Mr. Roberts and Chuck, you can also be in communication with Mr. Dietrich on this. Mr. Dietrich, did you have something?
Yes, I would, again, we understand that, and I would like to make sure that, Chuck, we are able to get with Ronalda, who normally gets this through,
Okay.
who is the MBWB coordinator, and please include me in on this information. So I will get with Ronalda and get her with Mr. Graziano and the other gentleman, and then she will get in contact with you, Mr. Balthrop. I know that she has worked with you in the past, so we will make sure that we'll get the four of you together, get some information out there, and then we'll try and bring this back next month.
Thank you. We appreciate the collaboration, Mr. Dietrich and Mr. Roberts and Mr. Graziani. So with that said, we appreciate everyone's time that were involved in the plans. You are more than welcome to move forward in your day, and we will see you all next month. Thank you.
All right. Again, thank you all. It's been a long time since I've been on, so you all look very good. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Okay, guys, we'll move to we have 7 ITQ contracts to update. Bosnia.
Good afternoon, commissioners. Hope you all are doing well, and thank you all for joining. So there are 7 ITQs, 6 of them are from DOMI and 1 from DPW. So starting with the first one is the traffic calming design assistance. The prime here is VHB, and the project cost is 99,809. They have 1 sub-consultant on this, a WBE. It's the Trans Associates Engineering, and they will receive 35,989. The next one is the final design revisions for Ruthven Street retailing wall replacement between Heron Avenue and Linoleum Street. The prime here is Dapolonia, and the project cost is 50,490. The third one is geotechnical analysis for McArdle roadway elevated sidewalk. The prime here again is Dapolonia. The project cost is 97,339, and they have 1 sub-consultant, a veteran-owned Terra Testing, and they will receive 41,130. The fourth here is traffic signal removal study. This will be for 20 intersections. The prime here is GPD Group. And the project cost here is 97,500. The fifth here is Troy Hill New Park Building. This is a DPW project. The prime is Dapolonia. And they have 5 sub-consultants, one veteran-owned, Allegheny Utility Solutions. Geomechanics is the MBE, and there are one WBE, CAG Engineering, and we have another MBE, SciTech Consultants. The total project cost is 95,614, and it's been divided among the sub-consultants. Allegheny Solutions is going to get 7,500. We have Geotechnics, which is a non-MWBE, that's going to get 3,200. Geomechanics will receive 17,525, 10,000 for CAG Engineering, and 6,100 for SciTech. The sixth one here is project management assistance for startup of various federal aid projects for 2023. The prime here is CDR McGuire, and the project cost is 88,241. The last one here is El Paso Street landslide remediation project. The prime is SAI Consulting Engineers. It has one prime, American Geotechnical and Environmental Services, which is an MBE. The project cost here is 89,431, and they have been allocated 33,093. So that's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Posner.
Guys, my comments will be quick. I'm finishing up our first quarter report for 2023. And at the present time, we're at 19% MBE, 27% WBE, 1% veterans, and we haven't cracked the LGBTQ plus category yet. However, I am working with Rivers Business Alliance real closely.
Chuck, can you read those stats again?
We're at 19% MBE. As of right now, I still have some more to do. We're at 27% WBE, which is great. Oof. And 1% veterans, and 0 right now at the LGBTQ plus. But like I said, I've been working with Three Rivers Business Alliance, which is the certifying agency for that category. And they send us a list along with we have the NCLDC list. That's the national list that I've also passed on to our project managers. So we're hoping to get better on that. When I get my final numbers for the first quarter, I'll make sure that I present them next week next month's meeting for the first quarter of this year. Okay.
Okay, so I just want to add, Chuck, thanks for moving to another space so that we could hear you. So thank you on that one.
Yeah.
And then Commissioners, great job today in the communication to the primes and the subs. Thank you for your input.
Right.
And no worries, that was not going to get through me either. So I was right with everyone. We just wanted to give everyone an opportunity to convey any messages that they wanted to convey. So other than that, unless someone else has any.
I have one more thing.
Yeah.
I want to introduce everybody to our new commissioner that's been sitting on the line. Commissioner Barnett, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, great. This is an opportunity. I'm humbled that I was accepted. I do know a couple of faces on the line, and Ms. McCants Lewis and I crossed paths many times on many different projects. But as I said in my email, Pittsburgh is near and dear to my heart. Born and raised here. My mom's on the hill. My church is on the hill. I grew up in, we're not going to say projects, but I'm from Aliquippa. So I'm just excited. I've been working right now. I work for the Builders Guild. We work with pre-apprentice training. We're working very closely with a lot of the contracts and contractors, recruiting to get more diversity, women as well, and underrepresented individuals in our communities into the skilled labor trades and working with some of the GCs. So I've been working in this area for about the last 9 years. And prior to that, you know, I've been working workforce development. I do career coaching, and I'm just all out about the community of Pittsburgh.
Well, welcome, Commissioner Barnett. We're glad to have all what you bring, and we appreciate your passion to help us continue to do what we're doing.
My honor. It's my honor.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. And Chuck said, don't say you can't talk this time, but next time you can talk. So I was good. Next time I'm not gonna print all this paper. Sandra's gonna put everything up on the screen. I'll just print the agenda and print the synopsis, because I wasn't sure what to expect today, but I really appreciate how efficiently that things were done. I've been in many meetings where they just go on and on and on and on about things, and you get out the meeting and nothing's been done. So I think I'm going to really appreciate this, and I hope that I can bring a lot of my experiences and make myself meaningful input on this commission.
Thank you. Thank you.
Commissioner.
I'd just like to add to that comment, and I thank Dr. Hall for the efficiency of the way the meeting was run today.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Commissioners,
Commissioners, anything else?
Yeah, welcome Chiquita to the board. And I also just wanted to make a quick mention that one of the plans that you approved, the Pittsburgh Penguins' first plan, the F&B Tower. Today we are having our topping off ceremony. So the last steel beam is going in place today.
Oh, congratulations. Yes.
Yeah, it's big.
Wanted to make mention of that.
Congratulations.
It's on my calendar. I plan to be there. Can anybody sign? Is everybody going to be able to sign that beam?
Yes, anyone can sign the beam from 2:30. It'll be available, and before 2:30 to go over and sign.
Oh, yeah, well, that's history for me. Yeah, I should bring my mom down. My mom's 97 years old, and she still drives. She needs to come down and sign that beam herself.
Amazing.
All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you later.
Commissioners, nice work. Thank you for your time.
Thank you,
Enjoy the rest
Dr.
of the
Hall.
day.
Thank
Be
you,
safe out there.
Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate you all. Thank you
Okay,
very much.
bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.